I want to get back to the Advent Defense League. I'm going to try this too without eating my microphone. Okay. My claim is Calvinism is distinct. Not that Calvinism, everything is wrong with it, or they don't have good things to offer, or that they're not right about a lot of things. I think those things are true. But the distinctive claims about non-libertarian free will are obviously wrong. Why? Two quick reasons. It's necessary from the text, okay? Jesus says whoever causes little ones to stumble should be drowned in the sea. If Calvinism's true, God is the cause, the primary cause of that. And that's different than saying God created everything if you posit libertarian free will, because that means you believe agents have a sourcehood of decisions. Some things are of the world and not of God, meaning we have libertarian free will. We're the source of our decisions, not God. And so just because we both believe God created everything doesn't mean we don't have to assume compatibilism, and that means God determines everything and it couldn't be otherwise. No, it's not true. It's false. Because that makes God the source of the decision for people to cause little ones to stumble, and he's not. He didn't make it so the little ones had to stumble. That is really a bad move to say, okay? God is not the cause of little ones to stumble at all, other than that he created everybody that decided to do that, okay? That's the difference. It is a problem if you don't believe in libertarian free will. It's not a problem if you do believe in libertarian free will, even if God knew the future, because his knowledge isn't causal and it's certainly not determining. Okay, so, but the other one is really obvious, even more obvious. Deuteronomy 30. Either God is lying or misrepresenting reality of what he desires and wills, or people thwart his will when they don't do what he says. That's why it's called rebellion. That's why it's called missing the mark when you sin, because you're not hitting the mark God wants you to hit. You're not doing it right. You're doing it wrong. It's a mistake. It's an error. You're supposed to do it differently. That's why you're guilty. God says, look, choose life or choose blessings or cursings. He says, look, don't tell me you can't obey. Don't tell me who will go up and get it for me, who will go across the sea. Don't say stuff like that. Like I'm totally depraved and I'm unable to obey. Don't say it. Don't say that. You're probably going to say that. You could presume that's kind of the idea here. You're going to say stuff like this, which is what all these Christians say. And he says, look, I want you to choose life. Don't tell me you can't choose life. You can obey. And I want you to. Oh, and by the way, please do it because I love you. And what happens? They don't obey. He says, I want you to. He asks them to do it. Don't tell me you can't do it, and you can do it. And then they don't do it. You know what that means? It means they could do it because God said they could. And then he said, don't give me your BS. Total depravity advocates, give God their BS. So you can, don't say you can't. I want you to. Oh, please do it. And then they didn't. So either God was lying and they were unable, or they were able, but they chose not to. Libertarian free will. So either God was lying or misrepresenting what he was saying, and they weren't able to do it. They couldn't because God didn't determine them to. Either that's true and God was lying, and his secret will, which isn't in the text, overrides what his revealed will, which is don't tell me you can't. You can. I want you to. Please do it. And they didn't. That's game over, bro. It's game over if you believe the Bible's telling the truth.